Welcome back to the show, folks. My good friends, or my friends, or should I say, or fellow former Marines, Reggie Knight here to my, let's see, this is my right to my right, and
you.
Ken Shockley to my other right.
How you doing?
Who's next to Reggie, right?
That's right.
Yeah, welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, these gentlemen are service officers of the VA. Is that right?
Well, we're the DAV, and he's also with the county service officer.
County
I'm with the Disabled American Veteran.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we have that right and so forth, but
Okay.
they work together, folks. So I guess I'd like to start and say, what's going on now that the veterans need to know?
Well, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying that the veterans, the new combat veterans that are coming back from Afghanistan and from Iraq, now have 5 years of free VA medical care. And that takes place if the veteran comes in with his DD-214 and shows it to one of us. We both do the same thing. We're both service officers. And he will receive free, for 5 years, free medical treatment for whatever his disabilities that he incurred while he was in service. Am I right?
You're exactly right. Basically, and then we take that one step further. We sit down with the veteran and we discuss what possible injuries that they incurred or was aggravated during their active military service. We help them fill out the appropriate paperwork, turn it in to the VA, and act as their advocate or their veteran service officer in this case, and would actually help them obtain all the VA benefits that they're entitled to. So we do a lot for the veteran, the spouses, and the dependents.
Also, be aware of the fact that a representative is needed with the VA, whether it be a county service officer or the DAV. What happens when a veteran submits his paperwork or his claim, it would go to a department within the Veterans Administration called adjudicators. These adjudicators are really mainly lawyers and take what the doctor's prognosis or progress notes are and make them a disability type claim for them and say what degree of disabilities this veteran has.
To add on to that, our job as a veteran service officer is to take that veteran story and turn it into VA language. And the way I use this analogy, I say, well, when we were in the Marine Corps, we used certain terminology. We used scuttlebutt and bulkhead and port side and starboard side, a lot of things that civilians don't understand, but what a lot of veterans do understand. Well, the VA uses a similar terminology, and if it's not put down in that certain terminology, the VA is going to easily deny the claim. So if we do our job properly, we're going to take what the veteran is telling us, put it down on that piece of paper, and make it easier for the VA to decide their claim in a quick and timely manner.
What do you find is one of the most, I should say, disabilities that the veterans come back with? Now, I know that Afghanistan and Iraq, but we still have problems with some of the veterans who were in World War II, Korea. I know there's some of those left. And also Afghanistan, which was what you served in
Vietnam.
Vietnam. I'm trying to think of that word.
Yeah, so what happens is the most, I guess, horrific disability we have is, and we're with now, is post-stress syndrome disorder. The PTSD is and it also has occurred World War II, World War I. They used to call it what was World War II?
They call it shell shock.
Shell shock, things like that. But it's still prevalent today with veterans that come back and seeing some horrific things.
The most frequent claim that I am seeing, that I'm actually filing on a day-to-day basis, is mostly hearing loss and tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. That is the most common claim that actually gets filed through the Department of Veterans Affairs, because we're exposed to loud noises from aircraft, from weapons, from machine guns going off, from hand grenades going off, from mortars, and all these different loud noises. So that's probably the most thing that we're exposed to.
My biggest problem right now is Agent Orange. This was a Vietnam chemical that was sprayed over the jungles, and the guys in the jungles got sprayed on to kill the foliage and the vegetation of the jungle. Well, the Agent Orange now has just created, there's three more type of disabilities that have been received from Agent Orange, and that's the ischemic heart disease,
Wow.
Hopkins disease,
Parkinson's.
disease, excuse me, and also what's the third one?
Hairy cell B leukemia.
Okay, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Wow.
So those are about 13 different diseases that have received, that Vietnam veterans are now exposed to or were exposed to.
I'd like to ask this question then, because I was in Korea, quite naturally. I made the Incheon landing. And what I want to know is, you had that big, battleship Missouri shooting out those big 16-inch shells over there. Boom, boom, and that was every 3 minutes. Now, I never applied for that, but, now I'll say I do have a little problem hearing, you say, what? What did you just say? And I wondered, I know that's a long time, was that still able to apply for that?
Yes. As we get older, our bodies get weaker, and there's a lot of things that occur to us at an older age that didn't occur when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're dealing with. A lot of the older veterans now are coming back. And what I'm finding also, speaking of older veterans, the World War II veterans are very proud individuals, very proud. In fact, they'll tell you in a minute that the country doesn't owe us a thing, that we did all our fighting for our country, for our families, etc. But that's not the attitude to take, because the VA has come out with a lot of money and has provided a lot of money for our veterans who did not go to Canada. And that money's there for their benefit, and they should use it, even though they feel that they have did everything they could for their country and their families. They should still be applying for those claims and making those claims.
Absolutely. Al, I'm very glad that you have both Reggie and I on at the same time, because a lot of times veterans will come to either Reggie or I, or even both of us, and say, well, who do we go see? And Reggie and I were discussing this the other day. It's like a Ford or a Chevy. We're both going to get you to where we're going, except Reggie says, use the terminology, we're both Cadillacs, and we'll both get you there in style. So we both do. Reggie's a volunteer with the Disabled American Veterans, where I get paid by Nye County Veteran Services, and they pay mine, and I work there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So that's really the only difference between Reggie and I. We're both accredited by the Department of Veterans Affairs to handle claims.
Right. What do you want the veteran to know? What kinds of things do they need to know now, as far as between you two? What do they need to do? Because some veterans are scared to even apply for disability.
Well, we want to get the word out. That's why we're here with your show. We want to get the word out to as many veterans as possible. We have about 9,000 veterans here in Nye County, 3,000 within Pahrump.
Wow.
So we are dealing, and more are coming, because as you can know, as Ken was indicating, that loud noises that they incurred while they were in Afghanistan or Iraq, they're going to go to the country. They're going to go to these small towns. They're not going to come to these big cities where they're going to incur this noise. So we're expecting a lot of veterans to come to Pahrump.
I guess our whole goal and objective today is to get the word out, to let veterans know that we do have services here, that we do have accredited representatives waiting and willing to help you out with that paperwork process. We are here to battle and fight on your behalf to get those benefits that you have so rightly earned for putting your life on the line to defend the freedoms of the United States of America. Don't hesitate to get your benefits. These are something that you have earned.
Exactly.
Give them your phone number, Ken.
My office number is 775-751-6372.
Repeat it, please.
775-751-6372.
And where are you located again?
I am located at 250 North Highway 160, which is in between the Bob Roode Community Center and the fire department, and the little gray trailer in the back in front of Petrek Park.
Good. And Mr. Knight?
My telephone number is 537-5177, and I'm located at the Desert View Hospital in the lobby. If you come in there, and I'm only there on Wednesdays, and I'm usually in there from 6 in the morning until about 6 in the evening, or till the last veteran has been served.
Wow. That is so beautiful. I appreciate both of you coming in to at least tell us what's going on with the veterans, and I expect you to come back again, because this is such beautiful information. It's information that veterans need to know, and a lot of them don't know this.
There's just way too much information to cover in a 10-minute time frame, and just the knowledge that Reggie and I have, we have that knowledge. Come see us and use it.
We're going to have you guys come back again. Thanks again for coming to young at heart. Take care. We'll be back after these messages.